all the way from the Philippines, the current powerhouse of the Philippines, being able to make it all through the regular season up until the playoffs to get that #1 position. They're looking as the strongest, the favorites in MPLi, and they're looking really chill as well.
They gotta stay composed, as they gotta also stay very, very calm. The momentum of the first 2 wins should not get to their heads. Meanwhile, for Nova, it's a complete reset.
It's a different scenario, different situation for them right now. And on that flip side, we are going to take a look at their official team lineup.
Will they be able to get their first win at MPLi 2023, their first ever international tournament? 0-2 in the group stages right now in Group A, bottom last, 4th place. Nova Esports, they need to get 1 win here to show the haters that they're in it to win it.
Our representatives from China, they are praying to the MLBB gods right now to shine some light onto them. They need to break it to make it if they still want to continue during MPLi 2023.
At this point, up against the tournament favorites, I'd much rather have them go for something crazy, right? They've been going for very standard, very good draft, by the way. Nova, despite them losing both their matches, I feel like their drafts were okay. They got the 1-1, they knew their prio, they got the Arlet as well. They know the meta, but it just like, it feels the 3 months just wasn't enough for the players to really adapt to the game, to start playing in that high level. And if we're talking about high level, maybe we can just say the last 2 teams that they faced off was high level. This matchup for them, they're not up against high level, they're up against peak level.
For me personally, it's one thing to understand the meta and to understand what's usable and to make it your own. And I think that's something that I've seen from several teams from the Philippines, where they understand the meta, but they can make it into their own. They find the loopholes of the meta to be 1 or 2 steps ahead. And I think that is what Nova Esports is lacking right now. We'll see if in the past few minutes, 10, 15 minutes, that they've been able to make some minor changes towards this. It's a long shot, honestly, we gotta say, but let's head into the drafting phase to see what it's all about. Again, very similar to what we've seen before, the Fairmist does get taken away here by AP Bren. Meanwhile, Nova will still secure that ban on to Nolan.
I will choose
Fairmist ban, Nolan ban, still, that's the Arlet respect towards the side of Victor. Despite the fact that Arlet was a hero that they used earlier, they lost on, it's still respected over by AP Bren, knowing that it's still a hero with amazing playmaking, amazing CC. That final slash reverted back to almost its prime state, and obviously the base damage adjustments as well. Despite the fact that AP Bren, I thought, were the ones who maybe wanted to go for the Arlet pick here, reflects it to the final stage as they did yesterday.
Maybe they know that a lot of people are aware of that already. Maybe they want to see Ogwon on his, signature hero. Maybe we'll see a Minotaur here come through for AP Bren. Definitely still up in the air. Baxia going to be taken out, reducing that high mobility hero that can carry through in that early game. And a similar hero as well, the Fanny, is also eliminated.
Still got to respect it from Cal TZ, one of the best assassin junglers in the game right now. We've seen that he's a very multidimensional jungler. Despite the fact he's been known basically for the assassin jungles, he plays a very, very mean utility jungle as well. Fanny, Joy, Nolan. It's 3 bans onto Cal TZ. Nova has a lot of respect towards Cal TZ, and for AP Bren, will they try to pick Kyle TZ's pick early on? Nope. They'll secure Super Marco's pick with a Bruno, a very tough laner to go up against. if whatever you pick, right? Even the 1-1 just earlier, we saw that Nova wasn't able to withstand the power of Zia on that Bruno.
I mean, you cut one hero down and another grows in its place. So you target Kyle Teasy here from the side of AP Bren, but Super Marco gets a comfortable hero in that Bruno. And I think that's something that they still need to be aware about. Nova Esports, however, they are going to go with the Matilda this time around and the Terizla, so a little bit more control in these team fights. And obviously, perhaps they saw the versatility and the utility coming in from the Matilda in the game that they lost earlier on against the Ohio Brothers, and they actually pick up the Matilda for themselves.
Again, for the drafts, I don't think Nova's problem has been draft at all. I think their drafts have always been very, very good, very, very solid. It's just the fact that the execution doesn't match the draft. And for AP Bren, they're trying to break that curse as well for the Guinevere. Abysmal win rate here at MPLi 2023, but with the Guinevere picked up by AP Bren, a team who has yet to lose, they're trying to raise that percentage to an okay level.
And we finally get to see the Edith being picked up again here.
Finally.
0% win rate though.
Yeah.
3 times picked, 0% win rate.
They want to change the win rates, man.
No.
They want to try to break the pattern.
Like Blacklisted yesterday
On the
with the Guinevere. So we'll see if that actually does come through. Edith, however, is still a flex. Will it be in the roam position or will it be in the EXP lane? Because for sure we know exactly where the heroes from Nova are going. Valentina mid, Matilda roam, Terizla and the EXP. There's not much room for any surprise that we honestly were expecting from them here in this game.
With the Valentina pick, they ban out Novaria. They just take it away from AP Bren, knowing that AP Bren, with this kind of composition, getting something like a Novaria will be great for them to just read out a lot of the ambush plays that Nova will be looking to go for with that Terizla, with these initiations. Meanwhile, for the side of AP Bren, they can just take out the gold laners, right? Just like we saw from TOB earlier, they can take out the Brody, heroes that have a decent lane against the Bruno.
Is that the only hero that is decent in lane against the Bruno? Brody?
Brody's the only one who can really like have a say as to how this matchup is played. The second one, the 1-1. Like we said earlier, and the 1-1's the one that's going to be banned out by AP Bren. Guoguo might find himself in a tough spot here with Bruno, 1-1, and possibly the Brody coming next.
So Brody 1-1, possible bans out from AP Bren. Nova, meanwhile, they put their respects onto the mid lane, right? With the Novaria, with the Lilia. They're taking away the control, the mid lane control away, understanding that they already picked up a Valentina. They lost heavily because of that mid-game rotation that Ohio Brothers actually was able to put onto them, and they're learning from their mistakes. Is Chang'e an option for AP Bren? I mean, there are other heroes that are still available.
Oh man.
Possibility of maybe a Farsa.
You're right. I mean, they can go for something crazy. They can go for the Chang'e in the mid lane for few. A veteran of the game as well knows exactly how to utilize that hero. But it might be a bit too...
Risky?
No, not risky. Weird for AP Bren. I've never seen few play the Chang'e. It's a bit too predictable.
Ooh.
Few likes it crazy.
Right.
Phovius mid. He's played a lot of crazy picks in the mid lane. Yeah, I think it was AP Bren that started the Fredrin mid meta as well back in ISF. So we'll see. For AP Bren, maybe they want to go for the normal choices here against the Brody, like we mentioned earlier. It's going to be picked up. Farsa will be really, really good. Just outrage the Brody, poke him down from afar, make him a non-factor, or go for a crazy pick in the mid lane. Few's known for it.
I think Farsa's a little bit...
Lancelot.
I understand the advantage of it, the benefit of having the Farsa, but I think it's just too vulnerable. There you go.
It's a bit too predictable to go for the Chang'e. If you know Few, he likes to go for crazy picks, and it's the Gusion in the mid lane against Nova. For AP Bren, they want to get their 3rd win. They're undefeated run in group stage, but they want to do it in style.
The first time we've seen the Gusion in so long, and it comes back as a mid laner in the hands of AP Bren. Meanwhile, the Chinese rep Nova Esports will pick up the Xborg. Does that mean that's an Xborg jungle?
Yes,
It should be. Because there's a Terizla, should be for the EXP lane. There's a unanimous talent prediction today. It's a mere bless today. Yeah. What did you predict for the first match?
TOB.
TOB, and they won.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see.
Very hard prediction that I made there. You know, it was a hot take. But this time around, I don't think it's a hot take. I think a lot of people agree with AP Bren. But we'll see, man. Nova could definitely pull off a big upset here. 0-2. Nothing's on the line for them. No pressure at all. Few playing that Gushin in the mid lane. For AP Bren, they have a good mix of dive as well.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's welcome you to the second match of the day. Welcome to MPLi 2023, match 14, day number 2. We're going to see Nova Esports from China go head-to-head against the MPLi Giants from the Philippines, AP Bren. All the odds are stacked against them. Let's see if they can pull in a miracle.
There's not just the Gushin in the mid lane, but they've also flexed the Guinevere to the roam. It's not going to be the jungle. We'll see what Ogwen can do with this. And it's also the Edith flex into the XP. A whole lot of flexing from AP Bren this game.
Why do they always do this to us?
They got to make us think, man. They really got to do it.
We expect one thing and we get another. The genius that is AP Bren right now.
It's been masterful for them in MPLi 2023. Again, 2-0. Looking to get the first 3-0 in MPLi group stage.
It's looking good for them as well. For here in the first few minutes of this match, we do see things be quite passive. Both teams just getting a feel out of one another. But Ogwen, is he going on a pick here? Or is he just... Okay, he's just posturing here.
He's just posturing, trying to get some vision on the map to see what Nova are actually trying to do. Because with the X-Borg in the jungle, it's some super fast clear that he has to play with. Meanwhile, even in the bottom lane, despite the Brody... Well, this is the reason the Brody is a good matchup, or, you know, a matchup that can go even against the Bruno. You have a lot of range, a lot of all-in pressure as well, and good trades. Meanwhile, Caltizi just picks up a little invade there in the enemy jungle. Victor doing the same, trying to go for that top side, but will only find the gold buff.
And I want to know what's the ideal with Few here on the Gushin. Is he looking for pressure? Trying to look for fast clear in the mid lane, trying to pressure the side lanes, to look for picks, to look for pressure, to get that winning matchup? What's the idea here? Because now, it looks like he's rotated up top.
Is to get that level 4, Ogwen sent into the mid lane as well. They need this level 4 to contest for the neutral objective, and Few is already doing it, has level 4, it's an onward and an earth shatter, but Sad Boy gets out of the flicker. Few has to respect the damage reduction, the fact that he cannot one-shot Terizla. But Nova, this might be the first neutral objective win that they can get. Ogwen jumps into the safe zone migration and the Valid Requiem, and it's going to be Victor who secures the first turtle of the game and even first blood against the tournament favorites.
That's it, Ogwen getting taken out in the first few minutes, but meanwhile, Guo!
The bottom lane, the torn apart memory gets him out. A good laning phase for him. Even View looking for the play down below. One more shot and Super Marco gets the last hit.
The instant clapback coming in from AP Bren. A trade for kills, but Nova still was able to secure that neutral objective earlier on in that turtle. But by taking Guo, I think that's quite worth. Victor though.
Whoa, Ogwen is the one who actually secures it for AP Bren. At this point of the game, AP Bren only holding a 200 gold lead. Definitely not something we are used to seeing from the AP Bren and MPLi 2023 from their match against TOB and even their match against Dewa. Violet Requiem with a spatial migration. Siri taken out.
It's only been 3 minutes though. Maybe it requires a little bit more time for AP Bren to start doing AP Bren things. Does anything stand out in terms of emblems? It looks like Few is looking for a lot more damage as well in his choices.
Not really, yeah. It's just the standard choices for both these teams right now. The only thing that I can mention is, yeah, the Lethal Ignition, that is the choice for Few. He's going to be able to dish out a lot of damage with his burst, but if he misses that, or if he doesn't get it, it's going to be quite tough. Heck, even if he gets shut down early, it's going to be a problem, a big hurdle for AP Bren. Doesn't look like they're going to stop anytime soon, though. It's going to be a cancel with that onward by Flapteezy on that penalty zone, and even a Thorn Bros to dodge away from that penalty zone to get the kill over. 3-1 with a turtle spawning in 13 seconds.
In the gold lane, we do see that Super Marco has a little bit of an edge, especially with a kill that was put on to Guoguo earlier on by AP Bren's gank. The fact that Super Marco already has a Haas clause will also give him a little bit more sustainability in that trade when they do go for that 1v1. But Matilda will actually be rotating downwards as they're setting up for the next neutral objective.
Spatial migration from Ogwen gets two, and Kaltizi gets the retry. They're gonna go all in into the back, and May and Victor falls victim to the dash. The penalty zone though. From the side of Sad Boy, Guoguo has the free hit, gets a tournament memory. Oh no! It's out of range. The spatial migration knocks Sad Boy back up. This game, he truly is a Sad Boy. He gets the penalty zone, he gets the setup, but the follow-up was just not there.
3-4-0 trade in favor of AP Bren. We were talking about that small lead that AP Bren were able to amount for themselves. No way, Guoguo!
It's another dive attempt for the side of AP Bren onto Guoguo, but it's a guiding win from May to provide Guoguo with some safety under that turret.
Either way, it's still a 4K gold lead being created by AP Bren in the first 5 minutes of the game. And we finally get to see the value of the Gushin pick in that team fight earlier on, as everyone was wreaking havoc, dealing the damage. Oh, gotta wait, Victor.
As an onward in the Shadow, Victor taken out, assassinated by the Edith and the Lancelot together. Few still here, just roaming around the map looking for a play. Meanwhile, Ogwen hiding in that bush, getting the position of 3 of Nova's members. Heck, add one in with Ziri rotating over. Kaltizi jumps through the path of execution to help with the Violet Requiem. Locks Sad Boy down for them to free hit and take a kill. Ogwen, the roamer, with his first kill this game.
The ball is rolling. The ball is rolling for AP Bren like we see in the previous matches as well. And it's starting to hurt Nova Esports dearly. The fact that they've lost a lot of turrets in the mid and the top side means that they don't have much spatial control over the map, especially now that the next neutral objective is about to spawn. 12 seconds. And back to the point of Gushin. When the team fight elapsed, when they were going for a front-to-back team fight, Gushin was able to dive into the backline, deal some damage onto Ziri and May. And that actually was able to give them a little bit of an edge.
And now they're just chaining objectives together. Ogwen in the bottom lane pops into Violet Requiem to actually cancel out the penalty zone, and now is able to walk out of it. But with a 4-man collapsing onto him, it's a bit too tough to let go, to get out. AP Bren just look for a trade elsewhere. They get the jungler and trade a roamer.
That's not good.
Well, it is good if you're looking at it with AP Bren's perspective. And hey, Flapteasy just onwarding everywhere, just advancing on Nova.
But now we do see a little bit of a difference from Ogwen. What? Kyle Teasy? Was that a solo kill?
It was. It was an assassination on Guoguo. Up top, I'm really curious to see what items Kyle Teasy has this game, because honestly, with a 7,000 gold lead, I'd expect him to go full damage. Maybe a Heptaseas, a Hunter Strike. No, he's... Oh yeah, Hunter Strike. There you go. War Axe, Hunter Strike already to the Endless Battle. So it's a utility to start things off. And then he says, you know what? We're dominating a bit too bad. We're dominating a bit too much. Let's just go for more damage.
And that makes sense. That makes sense. That solo kill does make sense onto Guoguo. And I cannot stress enough how frustrating it must be for him. Ogwen!
Another spatial migration finds its mark. The Requiem knocks him up. And it's Sad Boy again and again. 1-4-1. 4th time this game that he's been picked off. And AP Bren, there are no signs of them stopping.
A 10,000 gold lead for AP Bren here against the China region Nova Esports, as they have yet to find an answer to the aggression being given onto them. They look left and right. They're looking for opportunities left and right. We do see Sad Boy looking in for some pickoff, that one ground-breaking move. But it still doesn't work. Ogwen, the outplay's coming in from him.
And the fact that there's no real follow-up again is actually turned around by Ogwen with a spatial migration view. Jumps in, the burst is enough. He actually takes Guoguo down before he even finds the dash. And Super Marco just gets a double out of nowhere. The members of Nova falling down one by one. It's just Sad Boy and Victor left to defend. Victor has a Faraga armor, not for long though. Scoutteasy just jumps in and melts it off of him. Victor walks back away. Guoguo, Ziri, and Mei both, or all three, are respawning back into the land of Dawn, trying to defend this from being another 10-minute end against them.
3 versus the world right now. You can see Victor trying all that he can, but what goes in again? What is this man made of? How is he always able to find these opportunities onto Nova Esports, catching them off guard time and time again? And remember, Guo, this Brody, he has the Purify.
He does. He has the Purify, he has the counterplay, but when you're that accurate on the spatial migration, I guess the counterplay is... take it. There's no counterplay when someone's this accurate on the spatial migration for Nova. They're overwhelmed with a lot of CC. The thing is, if they dodge a spatial migration, there's going to be Calteezy who jumps in and picks Guoguo up with a puncture and a Thorn Rose. 2 skills were necessary to take him down. Even Victor falls next. The spatial migration with the Battle Requiem as well. Calteezy going ham in the back. One more hit. Victor going to fall in the back line. And Ziri here is just going to be munched down by the Phantom Execution of Kyle Teasy, who picks up a triple kill. 1 hit away, a few hits away from a Maniac. He picks it up. An AP Bren, there is no better emote after a 3-0 Maniac win than Woo.